Untitled.log, the Minecraft horror mod that hides a lost world. Minecraft is a game built around creating worlds. You spawn in, collect resources, build a house, and slowly turn an empty seed into something that feels alive. But what happens when that world is no longer yours? What happens when the files, the memories, and the creations of an entire server are left behind? That is what makes Untitled.log so interesting. On the surface, it looks like a Minecraft horror mod filled with these strange dimensions, these corrupted entities, and some impossible events. But after exploring the mod, finding the structures, reading the books, and piecing together a hidden story, some messages hidden behind, it creates something much, much larger. This is a story about a Minecraft world that was destroyed from the inside. A story about three main characters and a mistake that may have trapped them forever within this blocky world. The beginning. Before the horror begins, Untitled.log gives us hints that this was once just a normal survival world. The book found throughout the mod introduces three names: Jackson, Benny, and Grace. From the research books, we learned that these players were not just randomly placed into this world. They were friends. They were real life friends. They mined together, built together, and played Minecraft like anyone else would. One book found a small wooden house. Says, Grace, do you think we could continue mining tomorrow? And another response says, of course, it's up to Jackson if he helps us with the cobblestone generator. This gives us a glimpse of what the server was before everything went wrong. A normal Minecraft world, a group of friends, and then something changed. The World Generator mod. The biggest clue comes from the research books. Benny warns Jackson, uninstall the World Generator mod. You were the only one who wanted it, Jackson. It will only make things worse. This suggests that Jackson downloaded some kind of World Generator modification, but according to another book, he is watching us from the walls. I can hear him scratching inside the logs. Jackson lied to us. The file wasn't empty when he downloaded it. It was a container. It was a trap. This changes everything. The file Jackson downloaded was just not a more normal mod. It contained something that began corrupting the world from the inside out. The buffer dimension. One of the most important locations in Untitled.log is the buffer dimension. The dimension is filled with floating cubes made from simple Minecraft blocks: grass, dirt, stone, cobblestone, clay, brick, wood. At first it seems random, but there are structures hidden inside: a small wooden house, a fenced animal pen, a brick pyramid, and a strange cross. These look like fragments of their old world. The buffer may represent a damaged version of their server's memories. The name itself is interesting because, in computing, a buffer is temporary storage where information waits before being processed. The theory is that this dimension is not a normal location. It is a broken storage area, a place where pieces of the old world are trapped. The first signs. The book slowly becomes more desperate. One says, do not forget about us. Another one says, but we failed. And another simply repeats, I want to get out. The people inside this world know something is wrong. They are not just fighting monsters. They are trapped. The entities. Untitled.log contains many strange creatures, but many seem connected to the corruption of the world. The World Generator entity is a black and purple-like creature that watches the player before charging, like a spectator of sorts. When it appears, it leaves inactive remnant blocks behind it. The ear version variant says, nobody will believe you. This line is important. It suggests the entity may not just be attacking, they may be trying to communicate with us. Other entities include the compliance entity, a corrupted creature that attacks the player while sending strange messages. Forgotten, a faceless Steve-like creature that can break blocks and cause fake connection lock screens with repeated Y messages. Disturbed, a pale faceless creature that aggressively chases the player. In culmination, the final boss connected to the main ending, a corrupted Steve-like entity with 3 heads. The culmination of the 3 heads. I didn't make a whole segment for this part, just because. The culmination requires 3 remnants to summon. This connects directly with Jackson, Benny, and Grace. At least that's my theory. A possible theory is that the 3 heads represent these 3 players. The remnants could represent pieces of their existence left behind in the corrupted world. However, the exact meaning cannot be confirmed. The only confirmed information is 3 remnants are required, the culmination exists, and defeating it involves using burning crucifixes. The burdened crucifix. The burdened crucifix is one of the strangest additions to the mod. Minecraft itself does not normally contain religious symbols like this. The mod introduces a structure in the chamber dimension containing 13 of these crucifixes. During the boss fight, using them on the culmination frees the spirits or the souls. And after 7 uses, the player is teleported to Limbo. This creates another mystery. Why 7? A possible interpretation is that the number represents completion or the end of a process. The mod heavily uses themes of imprisonment, souls, and release, but whether this is intentional symbolism or just a gameplay mechanic is unknown. Limbo. After defeating the culmination, the player enters a limbo. It is almost completely empty. A large open area, a white floor, with a single block. In the message, rest now. Interacting with the block causes a connection lock screen. After returning, the world itself is changed. The player appears at spawn, but a massive area around them becomes invisible, and many buttons replaced with thank you. This ending is one of the biggest mysteries in the mod. Did the player freeze something? Did they destroy the corruption? Or did they simply become a part of it? The Remnant Soul Theory. One of the most mysterious entities is the Remnant Soul. It appears as a shadowy, transparent creature. When summoned, it can permanently kick the player from the world. The books say, the Remnant is a soul. It remains dormant. Place it at the place it was banished in, and it shall awaken. This suggests the Remnant Soul is connected to whatever happened before the events of the mod, possibly the original corruption, possibly the thing Jackson released, maybe or maybe not. It's very mysterious. What really happened? Based on the evidence, the timeline could look something like this. Jackson downloads a world generator file. The file contains something unknown. The corruption begins spreading. Players leave the server because they do not agree with Jackson's actions. Benny and Grace realize something is wrong. They attempt to stop it. The world becomes corrupted. Their memories are broken apart and stored inside places like the buffer dimension. The players become connected to the entities and remnants, and eventually the player arrives to finish what they started. Final thoughts. Untitled.log is interesting because it does not rely on monsters. The horror comes from the idea that a Minecraft world can have a history. A house can represent a memory, a structure can represent a mistake, a corrupted file can become something alive. The mod never gives us every answer. We do not know exactly what the entity is. We do not know exactly what happened to Jackson, Benny, and Grace. We do not know if the player actually saved them, but that is what makes Untitled.log so interesting, because somewhere inside this broken Minecraft, something is still waiting, and it wants to be remembered. That is Untitled.log. one of the best, if not the best Minecraft horror mod I think I've ever played, or just in general. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you could like, subscribe, share. I know it's not like my normal Minecraft videos or just videos in general, but if you want to see more videos like this, I'll recommend mods or other games I could even try to look into, and I'll try to make theory videos like this. But that's all for now. See you next time.